Hello everyone and welcome to Frontline Focus. I'm Chris Larson. We're at the final end of our month for ergonomics in April. And ergonomics really is about the way we move and making sure we're in good position and don't actually hurt ourselves from moving. As a matter of fact, a good friend of mine, a lineman I used to work for many years ago, he was pulling a mandrel out of a reel of wire and actually broke his back just by twisting. He was in traction for 6 months. So positioning is very important, and everybody in our company, from the mechanics to the guys working at civil, to the trenches and vaults, the linemen, we all work in really odd positions sometimes. So it's very important we pay attention to how our body actually moves and works. So I've got a quick little video about doing overhead type work here from our friends at OSHA. So please take a good look at that video and pay heed to what it's saying, and think about that next time you're out there doing a task. Make sure your body's in a good position to be able to work, something that your body's natural fit to do. And if you can't get in a good position, try to find a different way to do that. And at the end of this video, I want to share something with you, just a beautiful little leadership tidbit I got from Mr. Stapp in one of our leadership classes last week. So very simplifies exactly the core of what it takes to be a leader. So I hope you enjoy from the video. I'll catch you at the end of it.
Each year in the U.S., 31,000 construction workers seek medical attention due to sprains and strains suffered on the job. These injuries happen when the human body is forced to work beyond its limits. Lifting, pulling, pushing, reaching, bending, and other common construction activities can cause these injuries. The pain resulting from these injuries can last a lifetime and affect construction workers' lives at work and at home. But these injuries can be prevented. This video shows how overexertion at construction sites can lead to worker injuries. The video will also show what employers must do so that the work can be done more safely. Employers have a responsibility to provide a safe workplace and required protective equipment. You'll see that taking the right protective steps can help prevent these injuries. An experienced commercial electrician was wiring a newly built commercial building. He'd been doing this kind of work for several years. While standing on a ladder that was too short for the job, he pulled long runs of a heavy gauge wire. He then attached the wiring above his head to the ceiling. The job involves awkward pulling movements while reaching overhead. After several days on the job, the stress on the electrician's arms, neck, back, and shoulders has become too much. As a result, the pain the electrician feels has affected his ability to do the work. Let's look at the events leading up to these injuries and see how they could have been prevented. As before, the electrician is attaching wiring to the ceiling. But this time, he is standing on an elevated platform that is the right height for the job. This reduces his overhead movements and prevents stress to his body. Also, as he attaches the wiring, he is now using a mechanical wire puller to get the wire he needs. This way, he doesn't hurt himself by pulling the wire by hand and straining his body as he did before. Making these types of small changes in work activities can prevent painful injuries. This example shows the importance of employers using OSHA's ergonomics guidelines. These are guidelines designed so workers can avoid stress and injury to their bodies. These types of injuries are preventable. Follow OSHA's guidelines at work sites. By following the guidelines, workers can avoid suffering a lifetime of pain from these injuries. If you would like more information, contact OSHA at www.osha.gov or 1-800-321-OSHA. That's 1-800-321-6742.
I hope you enjoyed that video, got something out of it. Please pay attention to your body mechanics and your positioning, because what you do today will affect you down the road tomorrow. So I promise you a little bit of a leadership tip at the end of this video, and here's the one I'd like to share. We were in a leadership class, crew leadership class in Southern California, and Mr. Stapp brought up a comment about there's one thing, right, one thing that every leader has to have. And it's so simple. What is that one thing? They have to give a shit. Seriously. And if you think about that, that's in its simplistic forms. But I also want to bring up something else to your attention too, is you don't have to have leader in your title. You don't have to be a foreman, general foreman, or any manager of any sort of type to be a leader. everyone should act as a leader. So I implore the foreman out there, if you have somebody on your crew that doesn't give a let them go someplace else and not give a shit for another company. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you very much for watching. See you down the road. Hello. Here are the safety statistics for week ending March 23, 23. To date, we have 2 OSHA recordables, one of them being a lost time. Good recovery on both. We have also had 3 dig-ins, 28 motor vehicle incidents, 10 of them being preventable, and we did have 1 crew-caused circuit interruption in Division 14, Las Vegas. Overall, we're doing pretty good. We can always try to do better, but you guys are doing a great job out there, and thank you for that.